Most cruises are made to be family-friendly getaways, offering endless fun, whether you're an adult or a child. But if you want to cruise on this Virgin ship, you'll need to leave the kids at home, because this one is wild. While the parties on the ship are truly off the charts, the one here on the ship deck is only where it starts. As down the hall of mirrors and through a secret door, you'll find a hidden club with a jam-packed dance floor. And the party doesn't stop when you get off of the boat, because at the private club on Bimini, you can party while you float. But the parties on this cruise aren't all that's insane, as dining on Virgin is anything but plain. You won't find formal dress codes or your standard cruise buffet, but you will have the option to eat somewhere new each day. Now, while some of the food is amazing and some is just bizarre, the overall food quality really raises the bar. But for some, this ship may still not be a winner, as not everyone loves endless gummy bears and drinking games at dinner. But others will love Virgin's weirdness, like this random net and adult jungle gym, and how if you happen to forget your bathing suit at home, you can still go for a swim.
Welcome to the ultimate tour of Virgin's Valiant Lady, the weirdest cruise ship we've ever sailed on. Now, even though this ship is a bit unusual, there's a lot we love about it, and it sure knows how to party. So join us as we take you from back to front, bottom to top, and everywhere in between on this delightfully bizarre cruise ship. So we are starting here on deck 5 because decks 4 and below are staterooms, crew quarters, and the medical facility. Now, while much of deck 5 also consists of staterooms, you'll also find guest services and 2 restaurants, one of which is behind me. It's Pink Agave. It's the Mexican restaurant. We're going to show it to you now.
Pink Agave is just one of the 6 specialty restaurants on the Valiant Lady, each of which require reservations. This restaurant offers a contemporary, upscale atmosphere and a bar featuring the largest selection of tequila and mezcal at sea.
Now, unfortunately, we did not get a chance to eat at this restaurant during our cruise, but we did eat at the other restaurant on this floor. It's on the other side of the ship, and on the way we'll pass by guest services, which they call sailor services.
Unlike the guest service desks on many other cruise ships, sailor services on the Valiant Lady never seem to have much of a line, and the representatives were always very friendly. This area is where you'll also find your spot to get some cash, and right next to that is Razzle Dazzle.
Now, Razzle Dazzle is another restaurant. They're typically open for brunch and dinner. We did have an opportunity to eat here for dinner, so we'll show you around a little bit and show you a little bit of the food, but if you're curious about the full dining experience, be sure to watch our food episode after this one.
As you'll learn in that episode, there is quite a bit we liked about Razzle Dazzle, but perhaps our favorite thing is that they offer a menu item that can be hard to come by on cruise ships: chicken wings.
We've got one more thing to show you here on deck 5, then we'll head up to deck 6. In between the 2 restaurants, you'll find an elevator corridor, and at the end of it is the Redemption Spa. Now, we did tour it on our first day, so we'll show that to you now.
While we rarely find time to relax at the spa during a 4-night cruise like this is one where I really wish we would have, as it was one of the most modern and relaxing looking spas that we've found on a cruise ship.
Now that we've shown you deck 5, we'll see you up on deck 6. Up on deck 6, you'll find a couple more restaurants, some bars and lounges, the casino, shopping, and the theater. Near the back of the ship is Extra Virgin, which is the Italian restaurant on board. Now, this restaurant was really popular during our cruise because by the time we started booking our reservations, all the slots were filled for this one. Now, on Virgin voyages, all of their eateries and restaurants are included, but some of them do require reservations. If there are certain restaurants you want to make sure to eat at, we would recommend checking in as soon as you can and getting into the app to make those restaurant reservations. On the other side of deck 6 is the test kitchen, and we were able to make reservations here, and it had to be the most unique experience we've had dining at sea yet. It offers a 6-course meal and is an experimental kitchen. So we got to try items that we will probably never get to try again. So we'll show you around and give you a sneak peek of the food, but the full experience will be in our food episode. Now this thing is almost too cute to eat. Outside of the restaurants on either side of the ship is where you'll find most of the shopping. Now, we are in port today in Key West, so they are closed, but we will show you some footage from when they were open.
Now, one area where the Valiant Lady was actually pretty similar to most other cruise ships was its shopping, as it offered many of the pharmacy, souvenir, liquor, jewelry, perfume, accessory, and clothing shops that we've grown accustomed to seeing on other cruise lines.
Now at the end of the shops is where you'll find a hair salon, the barber shop, and a tattoo parlor, which is a very unique feature for a cruise ship. The area right behind me is where you would typically find an atrium on a cruise ship, but this one does not have a typical atrium. Instead, it does have a circular staircase that does go up to deck 7. But we do have more to show you here on deck 6 before we head up that way. On the other side of the roundabout is the On the Rocks Cave Bar, and it's a great place to grab a martini or another craft cocktail and listen to some live music.
While this bar did have arguably the best bands and the best drinks, the cocktails here were also the most expensive, with most ranging from $15 to $17. For that reason, we only ordered one drink at the Cave Bar, and while it sure was pricey, it was also quite strong and tasted absolutely delicious.
Beyond the Cave Bar is the casino. Now it's closed right now because we are in port, but it offers a variety of slot machines and table games.
While we're not big gamblers and didn't spend a lot of time in the casino, we did notice that it seemed quite modern, but also quite small when compared to most other cruise ship casinos. And while the casino bar was pretty small as well, it did still offer a good selection of liquors, cocktails, wine, and beers.
Now in the middle of the casino, you'll find a sparkly hallway that leads to the manor. Now if you turn to the right, you'll go to the main level of the manor, but if you turn left and go up the stairs, you'll go to the balcony. The manor is the nightclub. It has a bar on each level, and it has activities and entertainment planned throughout the day. We popped in here a few different times, so we'll show you footage from those experiences now.
While there were times during the day when this club was completely empty, we did find some daytime activities in the manor, such as this random game of beer pong. But it's late at night when the manor comes alive with bright lights, dancers, and acrobatic performers. Now, our favorite event at the manor was the 70s party, which featured a DJ playing some great music that really packed the dance floor.
Around the corner behind me at the very front of the casino is the smoking room. It also has a few slot machines in it. Now beyond that is the theater. Now the theater is currently being transformed into a different show. This is one of the smaller theaters we've been in on a cruise ship. We'll show you some footage from when we attended a performance.
Like so many other aspects of the Virgin Cruise experience, the theater on the Valiant Lady was quite unique and a little bit weird, as it was the only theater we've seen on a ship where floor-level seating can actually be removed. This allowed more space for the performers and also allowed cruisers to be right up in the action. And while we can't say that this particular show was the best show we've ever seen on a cruise, it certainly was unique, and we did find it to be pretty entertaining.
Now that we've shown you everything on deck 6, we're going to head up to deck 7. Deck 7 is another busy one with restaurants, bars and lounges, and entertainment. Now before we show you around, we do want to mention that we haven't found many deck plans on this ship, so you're really going to want to pay attention to these signs outside of the elevators as you're navigating the ship. Now the front of the ship is the second level to the theater, and beyond that is a feature that we haven't seen on any other cruise ship. The groupie is where you can come to sign up for private karaoke rooms. There are 3 here, and each of them accommodate a different size of group. Now on the first day, we peeked inside one, so we'll show it to you. On the other side of deck 7 is the Sip Champagne Lounge, which is a great place to enjoy some champagne or a champagne-based cocktail. Now during our cruise, they also offered an afternoon tea experience for an upcharge. Beyond the Sip Lounge is the second level of the roundabout, which is surrounded by the Future Cruise Desk, the Shore Excursions Desk, the Draft House, and the ice cream shop.
This bar offered a variety of beers on draft and in bottles, as well as seltzers and mixed drinks. We may have stopped by a few times during our cruise. The ice cream shop had a lot of flavors to choose from, and the best thing about it was free.
Next to the shore excursions desk is a replica of the ship and doors to go outside. Now, a lot of areas of the ship tend to have loud music playing or activities going on most of the time, but this area of the ship does tend to stay pretty relaxed. Back inside, there's an area for relaxing in the air conditioning, and beyond that is the coffee shop. Now, this is the larger of the two coffee shops. The coffee isn't upcharged, but the pastries are complimentary. On the other side of deck 7 is the pizza place. We'll show you around inside.
The pizza place was open late and very popular. The pizzas were complimentary and made to order. If it was going to take a bit, staff provided a buzzer so you could roam around until your pizza was ready.
Beyond the coffee shop is the social club. Here you can grab a game, play trivia, or even order carnival food. Skylar loves this spot for the wings, and I love it for the gummy bears.
In addition to candy, hot dogs, sandwiches, and snacks, you could also grab a quick dessert from the social club. This place was very popular as it offered a variety of table games and hosted activities like trivia during the day and karaoke at night. We found this setup to be a little cramped as other guests had to walk through this area to access another bar and the arcade.
Connected to the social club is the loose cannon, so we'll show you around. Across from the loose cannon is the arcade. And we didn't realize this until now, but a lot of these games appear to be free. Skylar says the game is defective. He says the handle doesn't work. Now that we know these are free, we had to take a quick video game break.
They've clearly been abused.
Beyond the social club is another shop we checked out yesterday, and beyond that is the dock house.
The dock house offers complimentary small Mediterranean plates, sometimes hosts live music, and even has a bar.
The Wake is just beyond the dock house. It's another restaurant that does require reservations. We were lucky enough to get a reservation for lunch and dinner during our cruise, so let's go show you around.
This restaurant offers a brunch and dinner menu, along with great views from the back of the ship. We particularly enjoyed the steaks and desserts, and you will be able to see more in our next episode.
On the other side of deck 7, beyond the dock house, you'll find a juice bar and a grab-and-go station. Now beyond that, at the very back of the ship is the dock, which is an outdoor eatery, so we'll show you that right now. Now out here you can get the menu from the dock house, but every day from 3:30 to 5:30 you can also get these additional items. Now that we've shown you everything on the lower decks, we're going to head up to deck 9 to give you a tour of our room, then we'll head up to the upper decks. Now before we show you this room, we do have to mention one thing we love about this ship is that we don't have to worry about losing any room key cards because our wristband is our key card and it's waterproof, so you never have to take it off. Welcome to room 9178Z, a balcony stateroom on the Valiant Lady. Now this is our very first time cruising with Virgin Voyages. We knew that the room would be a little bit different, and there are some things we really like about it, but there are also some things we find a little bit odd. Now we're gonna start this tour with what's hidden behind this curtain to my right, which is the closet. Now we found this shelf up here to be perfect for our backpacks. Underneath that, we've got 9 hangers to hang our clothes. Below that, there's plenty of space to store your luggage, and there's shelves with baskets for storage. In this area, you'll also find switches to control the lights, and below that are buttons to communicate with your room attendant. You'd hit the top one if you don't want to be disturbed, and the bottom one if you want your room serviced. Now behind this door is a full-length mirror, a couple of shelves, a safe that will fit a laptop. This is also where you'll find the hairdryer. And right across the hall is where you'll find the bathroom. Now, like most cruise ship bathrooms, this one is pretty small, but we were expecting a little more shelving space from a newer ship. We think they could have used this wall space and added a little bit more shelving. Now, we do really love this wide mirror and the shower. It has a door that seals so you don't have to worry about water on the floor. They provide shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. There's a rain shower head and a handheld shower, as well as a drying line. Outside of the bathroom to my left is one way to control the temperature in the room, and to my right is another full-length mirror. Next is the main living area with the king-size bed. Now, one of the very first things we noticed about this room was how abnormally low the bed is, but surprisingly, you can still fit luggage underneath of it. Now, as you can see, this bed does not have your typical nightstands. On this side of the bed, there is this flat surface that can move around a bit, and then on the wall, you'll find light switches, a standard outlet, and 2 USB charging ports. Across from the bed is the TV, and on the other side is another alternative nightstand which you can move around, and a platform. Now, we're guessing most people use this platform for their luggage, so if you're somebody that likes to get on board, open up your luggage, and never unpack anything, this is probably a great space. But if you're somebody that likes to unpack and put your luggage away, then this is probably wasted. Now, there is a drawer under there, but in order to access it, you have to move this thing and get on the ground.
So later on our cruise, we learned what that platform area was for. The bed can actually be transformed into a sofa. The staff will do it for you, or you can try to do it yourself. If you click that, then your TV will show you how to do it. If it is your first time cruising on Virgin, I would recommend going to the information tab and taking a look at the Red Book. It's got so much information that you wouldn't know unless you've cruised before or done a lot of research.
On the other side of the bed, you'll find more light switches, and way over there, you'll find another standard outlet and 2 more USB charging ports. In the corner is a chair, and across from that is the desk area. On top of the desk is a lamp and the phone. Just above the desk are 2 standard outlets, an international outlet, and 2 more USB ports. One of them is being used to control the room tablet. Now, on this, you can turn on and off lights, you can adjust the temperature, you can control the TV, watch movies, and even request services from your room attendant. Now, our fridge was empty when we got on board, so we're using it to chill the 2 bottles of mead we brought. Now, we have one more thing to show you, and of course that is the balcony, but first I have to open the curtains, which in this room are controlled by these buttons over here. Now, it is a little slow, but it's pretty cool. Now, like most other cruise ship balconies, there are 2 chairs and a table. And on this balcony, there's the signature red hammock, which I think I'll be spending a lot of time in.
Our balcony was the perfect spot to enjoy the views sailing out of Miami, but if you don't book a balcony stateroom, we'd recommend heading to the back of the ship on one of the upper decks to enjoy the views of the city.
We've got so much more of this ship to show you, so let's get back to the tour. At the front of deck 15 is where you'll find Mega Rockstar quarters and the tune-up where you can get a manicure or pedicure. Now, we thought the pool out here was a pretty good size, but it is one of only 2 pools on the entire ship, and the second one is pretty small, so it does get packed. Now, there is a pool bar here, and we really like the pool deck area. The loungers were very comfortable. We laid on a lounger around the pool the other day, and we could have taken a nap there. Is the pool bar, which is one of the busier bars on the ship and one of the few bars that stays open during the day on port days. It also stays open late into the evenings. Next to the pool bar, you can get fresh towels and take a spiral staircase up to deck 16, but we've got more to show you here on deck 15.
And that includes the infamous Scarlet Night Party, which transforms the pool deck into the wildest cruise party we've ever been to. Sailors are encouraged to wear red, and cruisers came prepared.
Raise your glass.
After the toast, it was time for staff to pull the safety net from the pool and get the party started. Eventually, the performance moved into the pool and sailors were invited to join. I couldn't resist going to dance in the water, and Skylar even joined me. Dancing in the pool was a great way to stay cool, but be warned, some sailors went a little overboard with the splashing. So if you don't want to get wet, you may want to observe this party one floor up on deck 16. Those who weren't afraid to get their red attire wet fully embraced the water.
Hands down, best cruise party ever. Just past the main pool bar is the gym and tonic bar. It does serve alcoholic drinks, but it also serves healthier options like fresh pressed juices. Now in this area, you'll also find the well-being jacuzzi pool, which is much smaller than the main pool, but does seem to be about the same temperature, but does have jets. There are 2 jacuzzis out here, which we did confirm are hot, and there's outdoor gym equipment, which does seem to be unique to Virgin Cruises. Now overall, this area is a lot calmer than the main pool, but it is quite popular. Next, we're going to show you the gym. Something unique about this gym is that it's split into 2 sections. On one side of the ship, you have all the cardio equipment, and on the other side of the ship, you have all the weight equipment. Something else that's different about Virgin is that their fitness classes are complimentary. Now, some of them are first come, first serve, but others you do have to book ahead of time for. Now, the ones you have to book ahead of time for do fill up fast, so if there's one you really want to attend, make sure to book it early. Now, right outside of the gym is the galley. Here on Virgin Cruises, they do not have your typical buffet. Instead, they have this food hall with over 10 different places to eat. Now, we are doing our best to eat at all of them. We're gonna give you a quick tour in this episode, but we'll show you even more in our food episode.
All of the eateries in the galley are complimentary on this ship. While many of the stations were made to order, some were grab and go. We really enjoyed being able to eat a different cuisine each day if we wanted to. The second episode in this series will share more from all the meals we enjoyed on this cruise, including our experiences in the galley. So if you want to know what it was really like dining on a cruise ship with no buffet and no main dining room, then be sure to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss it. Since we were filming on this cruise, we really enjoyed the abundance of charging stations throughout the galley, as well as the calm outdoor space to eat on the back of the ship.
Now at the very back of the galley, you can eat outside. It is nice that it is covered, and you can take these stairs up to the next deck, but we've got one more place to show you here on deck 15. On the other side of the galley is the entrance to Gun Bay, which is another restaurant that does require a reservation. Now this is the first Korean barbecue that we've seen on a cruise ship, so of course we had to try it.
We dined here on the first night of our cruise. It was a unique experience that even ended with a fun drinking game. But you'll have to watch our next episode to find out who won.
Now it's time to show you deck 16. Now deck 16 may be the weirdest one yet. It's here where you'll find a seesaw, a suspended catamaran net, twister, rope swings, more outdoor gym equipment, and even a mini boxing ring. We'll show you all that and much more starting with the very back of the ship. The athletic club is at the very back of the ship. It offers plenty of space to lounge in the sun as well as a full bar. Sports are typically playing here and they have the pajama party here. And here's that catamaran net I mentioned earlier. We did try it out. So where you're sitting, are you actually over the water right now? So from my view, it does look like Skylar is sitting over the water, but he says he's sitting over the deck below us. Beyond the athletic club on one side of the ship, you'll find the games of chess and twister. Now the twister game is right outside of the basketball court, which is actually at a good location compared to other cruise ships we've been on, because this one actually has wind blocks on 2 sides.
Yeah!
On the other side of the ship is where you'll find the rope swings and the first seesaw we've ever seen on a cruise ship. As you continue down this side of the ship, you'll find more loungers, even more outdoor gym equipment, and that boxing ring we mentioned. Next to the boxing ring is the indoor portion of the training camp. Now on the other side of the ship on this deck is where you can rent private cabanas. Now beyond the private cabanas are these odd-looking red chairs, but they are quite comfortable. Next to the red chairs is a spiral staircase that heads down to the pool deck. Next to that is the Sun Club bar, but from our experience, it's not always open when the schedule says it's supposed to be, but it does have a view of the pool deck. As you continue towards the front of the ship, you'll find more loungers and the outdoor smoking area. On the other side of the ship is the Sun Club Cafe. It's open for lunch and offers bowls, bao buns, and dips. Beyond the Sun Club Cafe is Richard's Rooftop, and that is reserved for guests who book a Rockstar level room. Now, we did not do that, so we're only going to be able to show it to you through the glass. Well, never mind. A staff member saw us filming and invited us in to check it out, so let's go see it. Now that you've seen deck 16, we've got one more deck to show you, so let's head up to the perch. Now up here on the perch you won't find much, but you will find the jogging track and outdoor space for fitness classes. Now if you're sailing on Virgin out of Miami like we are, odds are you will be visiting Bimini Beach Club, which is basically an extension of the ship because it offers more complimentary food and access to a beautiful beach. So we'll show you that next.
Virgin Voyages Beach Club is located on the northwest side of the island, about a 25-minute walk from the cruise port, but thankfully there is a free shuttle that will take you there and back. Our shuttle ride was quite beautiful. First we had great views of the gorgeous water, and then the roads lined with palm trees. Our first stop was the resort map to orient ourselves to the property. There are two pools on the resort. The one on the left was more chill and had a volleyball net, while the one on the right got wild when the pool party started. We were easily able to get towels at the resort, but because we arrived only 30 minutes before the pool party started, there was no hope in finding two free loungers. There were several bars where you could purchase drinks, as well as two food stands to grab complimentary food. We will be sharing more from the food experience at the beach club in the next episode. After grabbing lunch, we had to check out the pool party, and it did not disappoint. The entertainment staff kicked it off and kept it going. Right before the party started, they handed out giant inflatables to guests in the pool. They were fun to watch, but a bit challenging to navigate through at times. This was the biggest pool party we had ever been to, and we have to admit, it was a lot of fun. When we were ready to get away from the loud music, we made our way to the beach. It was pretty busy, but we were able to find one lounger to set our stuff down. Even though there were a lot of people in the water, we still enjoyed our time at the beach. While the water wasn't very clear, it was calm and quite pretty. We hope you enjoyed our tour of Virgin's Valiant Lady, the wildest cruise ship we've been on yet. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and watch this episode next to see what it's like cruising on a ship with no buffet or main dining room. Thanks for watching!